Hello, my friends. This is part 2 of the multiple streams versus multiple struggles. So today we're talking about multiple streams of income. This is a little bit more upbeat. This is, something that I really love to talk about: income, having multiple streams of income. Most of us are aware that there are really there's actually more, but the ones that we are most familiar with, there are 4 streams of revenue. They are earned income, and that's typically referring to our employment. We work and we earn that income, so that's one of those means. The second one is business income. You own a business, you own into a partnership, you're getting revenue from a business, you're generating income from, say a restaurant or an online business or something of that nature. The third one is the stock market. A lot of us are invested in the stock market and we're earning money there. May it be our 401k program where we're invested in, or some other type of stock fund that we're involved. The last one that we'll talk about is real estate. A lot of us own some real estate where we're generating some income, or even our own home that we own, that over time we're earning what they call appreciation. That's the increase in the value of your home, and it actually adds to your net worth. And we can explain that in depth a little bit later. All right, so I have some examples in which you, in the next 90 days, can generate additional income. In the next 90 days, if you are intentional about what you're doing, you can take advantage of some of these streams of revenue. The first one I want to talk about, which is my favorite, business. As you know, I've been in business for over 30 years now, and I love it. Dealing with my business is like getting up every day, earning money, and it's not work for me. It's enjoyment. It's happiness. So that's my favorite. I have a friend of mine, and something that you could actually do in 90 days. And I'm not recommending that you take this, actual avenue, but it's just one of the things that a friend of mine did that maybe you're interested in, or something similar. It's only an example. It's not advice, but an example. So a friend of mine about 2 years ago, him and his wife, they had a car that they really wasn't using that much. So they decided that they would put that car on the Turo fleet and rent it out, and they started making good money with it. Well, within months, he made enough money to put a down payment on an additional car. Well, it's only been 2 years. He's now up to 10 cars. He didn't go into debt to achieve this, but he's up to 10 cars now. They weren't new cars. They were all used cars, that he got it on, good deals. Once he had a neighbor that wanted to sell a car, he bought it. But 10 cars. And this year he's on target to make $80,000 in after 2 years. He's going to make $80,000 this year if things continue as it have. So that's something simple that you can start tomorrow, for example, if you wanted to. If you and your spouse, or just you, don't use your car on the weekend, you could put your car in a Turo or even a Uber fleet. Now Uber has a car rental division. So you can put your car in one of these things and just for the weekend and start making money. I mean, these cars, they actually rent for anywhere from $30 to, sometimes $200 or $300 a day, depending on what type of car it is. But it's additional income that you could earn. Now, the second area that I like is dividend stocks. You can buy a stock tomorrow that pays dividends, and dividends are paid quarterly, because when you buy stocks, you're actually buying a little piece of that company. You're part owner of that company. A big hot stock right now is Nvidia. Everybody likes it. You could buy Nvidia stock tomorrow, and when they pay dividends on a quarterly basis, you will get a check in the mail if you're a stock owner. So, and it's not a whole lot, but it's more than you had. It's money that you don't have to work for. So dividend stocks. 3 of the dividend stocks that I like that you might want to look at, for example, would be ADP. These are big companies that have been around a long time. They're not going anywhere. Their stock value goes up and down, but overall, over time they go up and they pay a dividend. So ADP is one of those. The ticker symbol, you can Google it or do research on it. ADP, that's the ticker symbol. And another one is Cube. It's a company called CubeSmart. We see all these rental places, where if you have furniture, if you don't have space for it, you rent this place and you stick your furniture and all your tools in this small cubicle, you roll the door down, you lock it up. Well, those companies are doing really well right now. And this particular company, CubeSmart, the ticker symbol is CUBE. They're doing really well and they're paying dividends. So every quarter you're going to get a check. Another one that I like is Johnson & Johnson. The makers of toothpaste, some of the toothpaste and, a lot of the products that we use around the house is made by Johnson & Johnson. Their ticker symbol is JNJ. Pay dividends every quarter. Costco. We buy our food at Costco's or Sam's. Costco's, that stock is a little bit expensive right now. It's over $800 a share, but it pays dividend. And I personally don't think that Costco's is going to go anywhere. So every quarter you can collect your dividends from Costco. Check comes in the mail, or you do what they call reinvesting your dividend. You take your dividends and you automatically, it buys additional stock in that company so that it continues to grow. And then hopefully over the years, all those stocks will grow in value. And now you have a large pot of money because you have invested in those stocks and those dividends. All right. And the next one is real estate. If you don't own a home, maybe now's the time to buy one. Over the last 3 years, people have gained on an average of 41% appreciation in their home. Meaning if you bought a home for $200,000 3 years ago, that home is right now typically worth about $280,000, $290,000. So you would have made $90,000 just living there, paying your mortgage. If you pay rent somewhere, you don't earn anything. You just pay out. But owning a home is a great way to earn money over the long term. And if you already own a home, consider buying a second home that you can rent out. You can actually make money on a monthly basis on the rental income and still take advantage of the appreciation, the increase in value on your home. And then there's the tax advantages to owning real estate. All right. Now, the last one I want to share with you is called peer-to-peer lending. Do you realize that, say, for example, your neighbor he's renting that home and he wants to buy it. And you're sitting on $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 that you've saved because you've been wise with your money. You have a savings. Do you realize that you can be the lender? You can be the bank on that home and charge anywhere from 0 to 15% interest? You don't even make 15% interest in the stock market. For every $100,000, you're making $15,000 a year just off of interest. I did that back in the day, back in the early 2000s. I was lending money to people that was trying to buy homes and flip them. It was 6-month loans, and I would earn 15% interest on those homes. They only held those loans for about 6 months, but it was a great way of earning money. And that's still being done today. People are still buying and flipping homes, and you would be what they call a hard equity lender. When you take the property, you're holding the note on that property and you're loaning the money. So you earn good money and your money is secured by the deed of that property. So those are 4 ways that you could make money over the next 90 days. You could be in one or all 4 of those situations earning money. All right. If you like what you're hearing, please like and subscribe and be blessed.